This week's genre is biography. Before we talk in details about the features of biography, I would like to review with you the other genres as well. Expository text. An expository text may explain a science topic. It includes text features such as headings, photographs, captions, and a chart. Here is an example of a chart, and here's an example of a heading which will tell us what this part of the text will be about. And the chart will present information about the topic in a way that is easy to read. Next, a realistic fiction. A realistic fiction is a made-up story that could really happen. It's not a real story, but the events in the story can really happen in real life. It has illustrations that give information about the characters, setting, and events. I don't want you guys to confuse between illustrations and photographs. An illustration gives you more details about the characters, setting, or events in a story, and usually an illustration is a drawing, just as we can see here. A photograph, however, is a real picture. Next, a fairy tale. Fairy tales are my favorite. A fairy tale is a made-up story with events that could not really happen in real life. So there is no way the events in a fairy tale can happen in real life. Like, for example, the story Juanita and the Beanstalk or Cinderella. It usually has magical characters or settings. Almost always, it has a happy ending with a message. So, as we can see here, important events in a fairy tale could not really happen. The events cannot happen, and fairy tales usually have a happy ending with a message. Now, let's talk about biography. A biography tells the true story of a real person's life. So, a biography is not made up. The person that a biography talks about is a real person that is really in the world or has lived before in the world, and it is written by another person. So, for example, Dolores Huerta, someone else wrote about her. So that's a biography. Dolores Huerta did not write her own biography, because if the person writes their own biography, that does not make it a biography anymore. It makes it another genre called autobiography, which we will take later on. It includes text features such as timelines, photographs, and captions. We discussed the timeline, and we said that in a timeline, we can see the time order in which important dates and events happened. And we saw what a photograph is, a real picture, and a caption tells about the photograph. It gives information that is not included in the text. So, the caption here talks about this photograph.